We'll take a call from Ernie. Ernie, welcome back to Bobby Likis Car Clinic.
Hello, yeah, I would like to comment on that $400 device.
Okay, yeah, please do. Have you had experience with those?
No, but if they're calling that cathodic protection.
Right.
And there's been a lot of those on the market over the years. The thing with cathodic protection, the only way it's effective, you have to have an electrolyte for it to move through.
Right.
But say you wanted to cathodically protect a steel ship that was being mothballed.
Right.
You would induce positive current on an anode, which might be aluminum or magnesium or graphite or something.
Yes, sir.
Then you would induce the negative current on the ship. But that will only protect the metal that's in the electrolyte, which is the water. And what a lot of these devices they put on cars, if it's not raining, they're not going to work at all. Because there's no electrolyte for the current to flow through to move the metal, the metal that the anode part of the device that you're sacrificing to protect the steel. So I don't know what this device is, but for $400, I'd say it'd be better off to get a undercoating job. It would be more effective in salt atmosphere than this device would be, hands down.
I tend to agree with you, and I really appreciate you calling because you've cleared the air, and that's for everyone. I'm sure that Andy's still tuned in there in New York. One of the challenges that I have with undercoating, I think undercoating is great. Newer cars, of course, have 80,000 mile and 10-year body, and newer cars have a lot of undercoating. One of the challenges with undercoating, you have to be careful that the drain holes are not restricted because every door has a hole in the bottom where when it rains, some water gets into the door panel, not internally, but on the outside of the window. And so when you wash a car, so you've got to have open drain holes. Otherwise, and the same is true for the trunk, and same is true for a lot of. So there are some exit passageways that I would be concerned that if you went in there and said, "Oh, I'm going to put a real double coat your car and save it for you." So undercoating is not as popular or prevalent today as it was, but I would agree with you, except that for me, my nickel would go for a thorough cleaning and a detailing of the car twice a year or 3 times a year by a professional detail shop. And or at least if you've driven through snow and salt roads, go to a car wash and use the car wash and the pressure hose from the car wash. That I think a combination of what you said and what my thoughts would certainly add life to any chassis and or paint of any car. Do you agree?
Well, paint or wax is the way to go. That's what keeps it from rusting. It's electrochemical process. If you can keep the electrons from moving off of the metal by some insulator like paint or wax, you've licked the problem.
Right. Well, I really appreciate your call. And what is your background, by the way?
Well, I used to work for gas companies. I did cathodic protection on underground steel pipes.
Wow. I knew you had some depth there somewhere. Ernie, thanks for your comments and thanks for calling in.
All right. Thanks for what you're doing. I listen to it and I enjoy it.
I thank you very much. I appreciate that.